on the way.
Boogeyman band coming round the bend. Is Boogeyman band? Is Boogeyman band?
Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends. Thanks so much for dropping by the Horror Zone channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Today's video is going to be talking about something that dropped last week that I haven't talked about on this channel. The reason why is because I've been burned so many times in the past with regards to this franchise, my favorite franchise of all time, that being Friday the 13th. It's been 15 years since we've gotten a new Friday the 13th film. At that time, we've gotten fan films like the Never Hike Alone series. We've gotten Voorhees. There's been some other ones that I haven't really watched. I know there's quite a few out there. Fans really want a new Friday the 13th film, and everything kind of got wrapped up in this legal battle between Victor Miller and Sean Cunningham. I've just been anxiously anticipating anything to do with a new film in the franchise. Now, of course, there was the series that was going to be coming on that Brian Fuller was going to be doing called Crystal Lake, and then that kind of got stalled a little bit too, and he left the project. But then there was rumors that it was still going on. Then there was rumors that A24 completely dropped it. But last week there was an announcement called this Jason Universe. And it seems like everybody's trying to do some type of universe now, but there was this announcement called Jason Universe, and I looked into it a little bit because it didn't look real to me. It's just kind of weird because it's everything but a new movie. So it involves games and immersive experiences and merchandise, but nothing about a new film. And I'm like, why is this even a big announcement then? But today on JoeBlow.com, or Arrow in the Head, which I do read every now and then just to get some movie news, there was an article, and Larry Zerner, who played Shelley in Friday the 13th Part 3, he is an entertainment lawyer, and he kind of broke down what's going on a little bit. And I just thought it'd be interesting to bring this perspective to my viewers who know what a big Friday the 13th fan I am, how much I've been jonesing for a new Friday the 13th movie, going on 2 decades now, which is insane. But I'm just going to read the article. So this was written by Cody Hammond. It says, Jason Universe. Larry Zerner shares assessment of what's going on with the Friday the 13th franchise. So it says, back on Halloween of 2022, it was announced that the original Friday the 13th screenwriter Victor Miller, fresh off winning the U.S. copyright to the 1980 film after a lawsuit that stretched on for years, was teaming up with his lawyer, Mark Toberoff, franchise rights holder Rob Barzamane of Horror Inc. Production company A24, the Peacock streaming service, and showrunner Brian Fuller, whose credits include Hannibal and Pushing Daisies, to develop a new Friday the 13th streaming series called Crystal Lake. The project seemed to be on track to start filming this summer, but then earlier this month we learned that Fuller was booted from the project because A24 wanted to go in a different direction. While we wait to see what's going on with Crystal Lake, Horror Inc. announced they're launching the Jason Universe, which would consist of new Friday the 13th activations that will span a wide range of platforms, from entertainment, games, immersive experiences, merchandise, and more, to be announced throughout 2024 via @JasonUniverse13 on social media or by visiting the official Jason Universe website. Now, entertainment lawyer Larry Zerner, who played Jason victim Shelley in Friday the 13th Part 3, has weighed in with his assessment on what's going on with the Friday the 13th franchise. So this is what Larry Zerner wrote on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. He said, here's my take on what's going on with the Friday the 13th rights. A lot of this is just guesswork on my part based on my knowledge of the parties and the rights, so take everything with a large grain of salt. After Victor Miller won the lawsuits, the rights were divided among Victor, who owns the rights to the original movie and any characters in the original movie, including Jason, but only in the United States, and Horror Inc., which owns the rights to all of the other movies and the rights to the original movie outside of the United States. Horror Inc. is owned by Robert Barzamane. Sean Cunningham may be somewhat involved, but it's really Horror Inc. Horror Inc. and Victor then made a deal to combine their rights, which allows them to make anything they want. However, because Victor really only owns the rights to the first movie, their deal probably says that if they make things based on characters in the first movie, then Victor will be paid more money than if they make something based on characters or elements from other movies. So I'm guessing that is why Victor and Horror Inc. made a deal to first do a remake of the first movie, which is why they are starting with the Crystal Lake television series and not jumping into movies with the adult Jason. Another wrinkle in light of the rights to the characters are owned by Horror Inc. and Victor. The right to the Friday the 13th title is owned by New Line Cinema. Because New Line owns the Friday the 13th trademark, if Horror Inc. and Victor were going to release a movie or TV show called Friday the 13th, they would have to cut New Line in on the action, which is apparently something they don't want to do, at least right now. That leads to the announcement of the Jason universe, which states that Horror Inc. and Victor will be releasing all sorts of Jason-related IP, games, action figures, books, but no movies at this time, and nothing under the Friday the 13th banner. Rights are complicated. These rights are a mess. While I and probably most of the fans just want to have more Friday the 13th movies with Jason slashing away, the rights holders are trying to milk things another way. In my opinion, the strategy has just not worked out. It has now been 15 years since the last Friday the 13th movie. There was a lot of money to be made if everyone would just split the pie, but it appears that instead all the parties are holding out for a larger share, even though this is probably not the best use of the IP. Time will tell how things will work out. I just hope that everyone can get this together and we can get new movies with Jason in the near future. We've all been waiting a long time. This is what I figured was going on. It all comes down to greed. I just feel like greed is the root of all evil, and we're seeing it firsthand right now with how Victor Miller and Horror Inc. have been handling this whole situation. And I think Larry Zerner hit the nail right on the head with, this hasn't worked out at all, and all it's done is stall the franchise indefinitely. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. Would love to hear from everyone. And as always, thanks so much for stopping by the Horror Zone channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Talk to you again real soon. Take it easy. Stay scared as always. Hey, my fellow Fright Fiends, I just want to thank everyone for supporting Boogeyman Ben's Horror Zone. If you haven't yet subscribed and you'd like to, please hit the subscribe button down below. Click the bell notification so you're updated every time I drop a new video. I try to drop a video at least once or twice a week. The Horror Zone is a passion of mine, and it really makes me happy that I can share that passion with all of you guys. Thanks so much again for the support, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Take it easy. Stay scared as always.